All right, cool. Yeah, I'm in the gym right now.
I was having technical issues myself. I couldn't bring up FanDuel or DraftKings or any of that stuff. All right, we live now.
All right, cool.
I was just eating Taco Bell. They just messed up my order. I had to run back there. Just try to run back there. They got these new grilled cheese burritos. What you doing in the gym? You training or you just...
Yeah, just training. About to. We got my boy CJ Meyer. He's got a fight on Tuesday. There's a big amateur show on Tuesday, and do a little boxing with him and get him ready for it.
Okay, so that's what you're just doing now. You just strictly training, or you gonna come back and fight, or what you gonna do?
Yeah, it sounds like I'll be on the June 24th show at the Armory. I think it's I forgot who. I think it's Carlos Adames versus Julian Williams, I think, and a couple other fights on Showtime. I'll be on undercard.
Okay, that's cool. Now June, I could do Minnesota in June, but
he's up. What was it like? It was February. He's up for last time, wasn't
it? No, it was June. I was at the
June.
At the Fulton versus MJ card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was at the Fulton versus MJ card because anything before April, you can't get me up there. Let me share this screen with it. Okay, so we gonna really, I know you only got like 20-30 minutes to spend with it. So we're gonna really talk about the two main events today. I mean the co-main, which is Rayo versus Colbert. I think that's the co-main. Yeah. And David versus Caleb Plant, one of your former people that you sparred, that you fought against. All right, there we go. We got the odds up. I don't know, man. It seems like FanDuel only got one fight up. Anyway, so Rayo versus Chris Colbert. Are you familiar with those two?
I'm very familiar with Chris Colbert. I've seen him fight live at the Armory probably like 2 or 3 times, and also seen him on Showtime. He's a good fighter. He got beat by Garcia, I believe, last time out, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and, Garcia.
Yeah. And I'm not too familiar with Rayo. I'm not sure if I've ever seen him fight, but I hear he's a good fighter. He's big. He's bigger than Colbert, that's for sure. I've seen them face up, and looks like a real big fighter.
He got beat by who do you call it? Edwin De Los Santos, his last fight.
Okay.
He was coming in on short notice and ended up beating Chris Colbert. Do you find it harder when you fighting a guy that's coming in on short notice?
Sometimes, man. Like I've been fortunate to where I've never had to come in on short notice myself, but it definitely provides some challenges when you're training for a guy, for 6 weeks or whatever, and then he gets hurt or pulls out or whatever, and then 2 weeks you got to switch your opponent and come up with a whole new game plan. So sometimes it favors the guy that's coming in on short notice because the other guy's been training for however many weeks for somebody that might be completely different. So it's just all part of the game.
Yeah, that surprised the hell out of him and for what he was preparing for. Now, who do you see as the favorite? They got Chris Colbert actually as a favorite, even though he's moving up from 130 to 135 from super feather to lightweight.
I mean, Colbert's the name, I believe. He got upset against Garcia. He was favored to win that fight, and Garcia put on a great performance. That's what got him that fight with Tank. But I think because I don't know too much of Rayo, I'll go with Colbert, man. I've seen him; he's pretty explosive. The first couple of times I saw him, and earlier in his career, he didn't look like he was a puncher at all. And I think he kind of started sitting down on his punches a little bit and grew into himself and started putting a little bit more power behind his shots. So maybe moving up to 130 will help even more. Just adding a little bit of the mass and a little bit of muscle and see if his punch power goes up to 130. But I think outside of that loss, his last few fights he's looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he had a pretty good win against I forget the guy's name, but he was a former 130 champion. I can't remember his name now. But yeah, he had a pretty good win against him. A good amateur background. All of the money and hype was behind him. But,
yeah, he's got a good coach too. I forget his coach's name, but he's out that gym in Brooklyn. I can't remember the coach's name. He was actually when I was fighting Peter Quillen, he was stablemates with Peter Quillen. And I can't remember. Yep. I think it's like a Puerto Rican or Dominican trainer. I forgot what his name is, but he's got a good coach.
I forgot his name.
Mexican dude.
Yeah.
I
forgot his name. I know you.
Yeah. So you got a good team.
So they actually got Venezuela as a plus, right? It opened up as Jose Venezuela as a plus 250 underdog. Now it's moved to plus 120. I don't know, man. I just think Rayo might just be too big for Cobra, because Cobra really wasn't a big one, 130 pounds.
Yeah, he was not big at his prior weight, and I've seen him. Like I said, I've seen him like I think at least 2 times, maybe 3 times at the Armory, and he looked good. He scored a knockout the last time I seen him here in Minneapolis, and I also saw him against I forget the kid's name. He's a white dude from Tennessee. He's fought here a few times as well.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was with Caleb Plant when he was here in town. I can't remember, Austin something, or I can't remember his name, but he looked really good in that fight and beat him up. And that kid can fight a little bit, and Colbert just looked real good. But like you said, he's not that big of a fighter. And moving up a weight class, I saw the face off yesterday, and Rayo is a much bigger man.
Yeah, Corrales is the fighter I was thinking.
Corrales,
Cobra beat up. I thought it was a very good win over, at that time. 130. Okay, so we can get to the what's up, Just Do Boxing? We can get to the main event here. Your weight class, 168 pounds for the WBC interim. You yourself, a former 168-pound IBF champion. How was that? How did that feel when you won that title over there?
Oh man, that's every fighter that's ever laced up a pair of gloves' dream, man. And being in the spot that I was when I won it, everybody had kind of gave up on me and thought that I was going to be just an opponent after I had lost to Anthony Durrell. So kind of shocked the world and changed my life, man. It was a great win for me, great win for my family, and great win for Minnesota boxing in general.
Oh yeah! If any of y'all ain't never got a chance to get up to Minnesota to watch boxing, y'all need to get up there. It's a beautiful venue, but like I said, you gotta get up there between April and September.
Yeah, don't come right now. You come right now, you might get snowed in, man. We've had there's a couple of times where we had a show in April and we had like 13 inches of snow in April, where Jamal James was supposed to fight up here and it messed up the crowd. I don't know if we could get downtown, but I'm gonna fight June 24th. It sounds like so. The only thing that can happen June 24th, we might get a thunderstorm or something like that, but ain't gonna be no snow in June.
Man, it's a beautiful city. I was so impressed with the city itself. We stand downtown. All of us walked to the venue. We didn't even have to catch a cab or Uber or nothing. We was able to just go stay downtown and walk to the venue. It's a walkable city. It's a lot of little nice restaurants down there. It's a beautiful skyline. I was really impressed with Minneapolis. That was my first time there with the Twin City area. I was really impressed with it. I see why you like staying up there. Plus all that fishing you do, all those lakes.
I stay outside the city. I got to be by my lakes, man.
Since I moved here to Cincinnati, I'm originally from Michigan, so we got a lot of lakes up in Michigan too. But since I've been here in Cincinnati, man, I ain't did like no fishing. I've went fishing like 2 times in 6 years. It's so
they got lakes
so few and far between. You got to drive so far to get.
Oh, okay, yeah, I never been to.
They're way out there. You got to drive like to a state park or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this main event, we got David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. What are your impressions on Benavidez?
He's a good fighter, man. He's dangerous. He's big. Lets his hands go, and really, really gifted offensively. I think I haven't looked at the odds, but I imagine that he's the slight favorite going into this fight, and it's gonna be a tough fight for Plant to keep him off, keep Benavidez off him for 12 rounds, because he's a monster, the Mexican monster, coming forward and throwing those shots.
Yeah, they got Benavidez as a favorite, minus 320, and Caleb as the underdog is plus 230. Matter of fact, they have Benavidez as a favorite by knockout at minus 120. So
well, I think that's correct, because if the fight goes to decision, in my opinion, it's going to be a victory by Plant. I don't think Benavidez is going to outbox Plant over 12 rounds. I think he's going to have to put a lot of pressure on him and hope to get the stoppage late.
Yeah, I agree 110%. Now, what are your impressions of Caleb Plant? I know you fought him before. In the ring with him. What are your impressions of him?
Consummate boxer, man. He's got a great jab, good hand speed, real good discipline. He's always in shape. Is a intelligent fighter, And I think the thing that separates him from other guys, and the thing that gave me the most problems was, other than his jab, was his foot speed. And I think that's what's going to, if he wins this fight against Benavidez, that's what's going to have to do it. He's going to have to use his foot speed, because Benavidez does not have that fast a feet. He's got good hand speed, but doesn't have that very fast feet. And Plant is really, really swift on his feet, and he'll be moving and giving him angles and just working that jab. So I think his foot speed is key in this fight for Caleb Plant.
Yeah. Now, what about a lot of people talk about Caleb Plant's gas tank towards the end of the fight. What are your thoughts on that? Is he still as strong as he is?
I've seen him. Tire in fights against Uzcategui. He looked like he got a little tired at the end. He slowed down even against me, and I just wasn't able to put pressure on him like I wanted to because of his foot speed, like I talked about, and the angles that he gave me. So if Benavidez is able to get to him early and just make him work hard, I think you might see that gas tank show up late, or be a problem for him late. Similar, I think it plays out similar to the Canelo fight, where Plant has success early, and that pressure and that power just get to him late. Especially if he can't get that Benavidez off him with that pressure. And I don't think he has the power to really keep him off. He just got to use those angles and use those that footwork to keep himself in the middle of the ring, stay off the ropes, and just use his feet.
Okay. Well, if you say there is a path to victory for Caleb Plant, since everybody's picking Benavidez, what is that one thing he has to stop Benavidez from doing?
He's got to stop Benavidez from walking him down and trapping him on the ropes, and that's one thing I think he can be very successful doing that, because Benavidez, I've noticed even in his last couple fights, he doesn't cut the ring off very well. I think he gets so comfortable in just walking guys down and following guys around that he doesn't really have to cut the ring off. And against Plant, he's going to have to, because Plant's going to be sticking that jab in his face and just trying to box and move. And in Benavidez's last couple fights, he just seemed to follow the guys around and eventually just wear him down. But I don't think he'll be able to do it with Plant, just because his legs are too good.
Do you think he did that because the other guys are just so much more smaller than he was, or?
It could be, but even so, it's. I was just talking to somebody about that in my gym the other day. One of the guys that's fighting on the next Tuesday, one of the big amateur fights. And when you're fighting guys, when you're having your way, that doesn't mean you should be falling into bad habits and doing things you should be able to do, because then you develop that. When you're used to walking a guy down and not cutting him off. When the next set comes around and you have to cut him off, then you put yourself at a disadvantage. So even if Benavidez was doing that just because they were smaller or not as dangerous, you still got to do things the right way. Otherwise, when it comes time to do it, you're gonna not do it.
Yeah. What do you think about Benavidez's new physique?
I like what Plant had to say at the press conference yesterday, where he's like, this is what you're supposed to do, and he's right. He should have been like that all the time. But it's going to be one of two things in my opinion. He's going to be in great shape. He really took it seriously. He's worked harder than he ever has, is in better shape than he ever has been. Or maybe he's overtrained a little bit. There's definitely bad blood between them, and they seem to hate each other. And so maybe he overtrained, and maybe it might hurt him. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
Okay. All right. So pretty much wrap it up for your first two fights. If you had to go with the two possible most likely scenarios, Plant versus Benavidez and Colbert versus Rayo, what are your two most possible scenarios in each fight?
I think Colbert wins by a close decision, just outboxes Rayo, uses his speed. And I think, like I said, I think the Benavidez Plant fight looks a lot like Plant Canelo, and I think Plant has success early with his feet, but the pressure and the power from Benavidez proves to be too much in the end, and I think he probably gets a late stoppage.
Okay. All right. One more thing before you go. You want to tell people about your beer, this 8-count beer that you sent me?
Yeah, man, I drink too much of it. That's why that's why I'm in the gym right now, man. I got I got to lose some weight. No, it's a beer that I've had for about 2 years, a partnership with this local brewery here in Minnesota called Lupulin Brewing. It'll be back available in June. Hopefully, it'll be at the Armory when I'm fighting there in June, and you can have someone while you're watching me fight. But it's an IPA. It's good stuff. You got to try some during the fight. Let me know how you think. What you think of it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna crack it open during the fight. All right. I appreciate you a lot for joining us, Caleb, man. Taking time out to join me. You said once again you'll be fighting in June, and you also train a fighter to fight when?
No, I'm not training him. I'm just giving him a little bit of sparring. I'm gonna smack him around a little bit.
It's June back in Minnesota, Crystal.
Yeah, June 24th at the Armory is what it sounds like. I believe the main event is Carlos Adames versus Julian Williams, I believe.
Yeah, J-Rock.
Yeah, J-Rock. Yeah. He's fought here a couple times. He's a good dude, man. I've fought in the same card as him before, so really good fighter.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all follow Caleb on Twitter. You got IG also, Caleb?
Yep. Same IG and Twitter at Golden Caleb T.
Okay. And your beer, can you buy it online or is it only sold in
it will be available in June. It's all over the country, actually all over the world. It's been in the UK, it's been in Tokyo. It's actually available in Ohio. But it's limited when it gets shipped out to other places. Available in Atlanta and I think it's like 10 or 12 different states. But you just have to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, and I'll keep everybody updated.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Caleb.
All right, brother.
Yeah, and for those in the chat, we're gonna go through the rest of the rest. Yeah, Caleb is a real cool guy. I met him in Minneapolis. Real cool. For those of y'all in the chat, we're gonna go through the rest of these cards. If y'all wanna go through the betting with them, let me share this tab. Man, for some reason, my FanDuel is only showing me the Benavidez fight, none of the undercard. I don't know, maybe if they putting some more on there tomorrow or what. I don't know, man. Anybody else got FanDuel that's doing that? This show, there's only 8 people in here. I had a good ass guest this week. I wonder why only 8 people showed up. We ain't gonna worry about it. They'll check the replay. The replay be up for all. Tay Eric Garcia, Crystal, Skills, Just Do, Masha. Okay, but we're gonna go through the rest of this card. We could do this as a group, as a collective. Let me see. You said all the other fights on draft. No, they're not. No, they are not. These are all UK cards. Hold up. Let me show you. These are all UK cards. Estrada, that's the top ranked card. They don't even have Comey versus Garcia. Comey versus Ramirez. Benavidez Plant. I don't know what's going on with these cards, man. It's frustrating me. Okay, let me go back to this tab. I'm here because of Fanon. Thanks. I like. You just missed our guess. I don't know if you missed or not. Keep scrolling. Hold up. Right, let me show you. Keep scrolling on what? DraftKings. See? That's the end of it right there. Shakur versus Yoshino. These are the only fights on DraftKings. Fight lines. Boom, 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 boom. See? Ramirez. Everything else is after. Virgil, Canelo, Katie Taylor, Devin Haney, Josh Taylor. Everything else is after. Everything else is after, right? All the fights on FanDuel, but they aren't. Yeah, I know, but this is what I'm saying. I don't think FanDuel has. I think FanDuel. Let me show you. I think FanDuel is. I think FanDuel. Okay, upcoming fights. I think FanDuel goes by state too, because it was a guy yesterday in another state was showing me all the fights FanDuel had. See, Plant. It goes from Plant, then it goes to the April fights. This fight is off right here. Johnny Gonzalez had pneumonia. He's off. So Kenshiro had to find a replacement. But yeah, Raymond Ford, man. You see? But I think FanDuel goes by state. Yeah, well, I know Showtime got a sponsorship with DraftKings. So I thought all their fights be on there. But like I said, I think it goes by state. Because it was one guy, he sent me over a screenshot of the FanDuel, and they had all the fights on there. For some reason, Ohio don't have them. Maybe I have them on there tomorrow. We'll check, we'll see. I just sent you a DM from a parlay I did earlier. Okay, but that's not. I'm telling you, it's not. Dog, y'all see me right here showing you. For some reason, it's not in my state. Okay, but anyway, let's go through the fight, the main event fight. Matter of fact, let's do this Okoli and David Light fight. Anybody familiar with David Light? My state just got legalized, so yeah, that is weird, man. But I've noticed that's happened more than once because Matt has had fights that I never got a chance to have. But with this Lawrence Okoli and David Light fight, bro, Okoli by KO TKO. I saw Light, like a couple of highlights of Light, and he ain't it at all. Ain't no way in hell Okoli loses or doesn't stop this guy. What state you in, TD? Because I'm in Ohio. Okay, but Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. I don't know if people have talked me into this Caleb Plant. I don't know if people are talking me into thinking this Caleb, because when this fight was made, I was firmly on the side of David by KO TKO. But the more I hear people talking and the more they get into my ear, but for all the Plant believers, you got Plant by 400 decision. Or if you think it's going to be a derail replay, you got Plant by 750 decision. Me personally, that minus 145 for the KO looks too good. Looks too good. Are you in Maryland? Yeah, I'm in Ohio. So this shit, I don't know this shit. But they also got some other specials down here. These are the specials I like. One thing for a big fight. A knockdown in rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You can get that for plus 310. That's not Caleb Plant to be knocked down. This is just a knockdown period in rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And a lot of people are looking at that sixth round, that sixth round. So I would definitely do 310. But you also got for 430, you could get Caleb Plant to be knocked down in any of those rounds. I would just go with the 8 knockdown period, which is, I think that's a good bet. Personally, I think that's a good bet. Then you have they got all types of bets on here. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Some of the feature bets are Caleb Plant to be knocked down 2+ times. Didn't Canelo knock him down twice? Excuse me. Caleb Plant to win and both fighters be knocked down. I wouldn't touch that. But yeah, Canelo knocked him down and then stopped him. Yeah. He knocked him down and then stopped him. But that right there is tempting. At 310 is tempting. You can't parlay it, but you can just bet that on its own. You also got the plus 500 to plus 1900, a knockdown in rounds. This isn't for either fighter to be knocked down. This isn't for one specific fighter to be knocked down. This is for either fighter. In rounds 1, 2, 3, or 4. In rounds 1, 2, or 3. Round 9, round 8, round 10. What's the over-under for this fight? What's the over-under for this fight? DraftKings don't do over-unders. I'll be forgetting about that shit. Let me find group round business. Okay, hold on, let me see. Group round bettings, okay. Personally, I like this Benavidez to win 7 through 9. Also parlay it with a 10 through 12. That's plus 390 and plus 330. What y'all think? What rounds do y'all think he's gonna stop him in? Is there anybody here going for Plant? Will fight go the distance? No. At minus 270, that's a good bet. You can get a little bit of your money back. Will fight go the distance? No. So you put 100 on that, you win $37. You could put 50 on I put the wrong goddamn thing. Yeah. Round 6 or 7, that's what you think it is, right? That's not a bad pick. I would do the group round betting. If I think it's 6 or 7, I would do that one, and I would do that one. You can't lose on either one, 4 to 6 or 7 to 9, because you put like, excuse me, 100 on that, you win 330. You would put 100 on 4 to 6, you win 600. So at the most, you'll win 100. I mean, like say one of them lose, you could get, at the least you'll win $130. At the most, you will win $300 if you place 2 of them. But round 6 or 7 betting itself is, where did that just go? David Bennett is round 6 or 7, plus 1,600 or plus 1,300. If you feeling that froggy jump, because 100 is gonna win you 1,300 round 7, or 100 is gonna win you 1,600. Spend 200, hit one or the other. But I can't find these other, man. I ain't even got no motherfucking Ryo on there, man. I can't even do it. I don't know these UK dudes, so I'm not even gonna get no give my opinion on that. Did they do the weigh-in yet? Had they completed the weigh-in yet? And also, somebody saying Estrada was pregnant. That's why she missed weight. Anybody hear that? Hear those rumors? They said she was pregnant. That's why she missed weight. All right. I don't know, but remember, Caleb picks were Colbert and Benavidez. So anybody y'all want to bet, you go with that. My bad, we didn't have much time for this show. My fan dude messing up. And I couldn't get all the fights. So I will talk to y'all later. Remember to watch the Jake and Lefty show tomorrow, 11 p.m. I'm a simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube, 11 a.m. I'm going to simultaneously broadcast it on YouTube because YouTube took my monetization away. YouTube took my monetization away. Talking about I was stealing other people's content. Basically, it's just my content from Twitter that I'm putting on here, but they don't know it's mine. So they took my monetization away, which is some bullshit. But it is what it is. What's so funny, J-Ro? Peace, just do. Did they do the weigh-in yet? I'm about to go watch this weigh-in. I just had to go to Taco Bell. Them to cuss their ass out because they gave me the wrong order. I had to rush back and do this. Colbert came out to Ranchero music in the Mexican flag. Oh, hell no. That's our boy. All right, I'm about to watch this weigh-in, y'all. I'm out.